Alright, here's another example of factoring complex trinomials. So just like with the previous ones, we're going to look at the two different strategies, the AC method plus grouping, and the slide and divide method. So regardless of the strategy that you're choosing, the first step is always to identify the A, B, and C values. So the A value is going to be equal to 3. The B value is going to be negative 13. And the C value will be 12. Once you have that, regardless of the strategy, you're going to have to figure out the product and sum and do that mental math. So 3 times 12 is 36, because that's A times C, that's part of the AC method. And then B is negative 13. So you have to find two numbers that will multiply together to give you positive 36, and that when you add them together will give you negative 13. So pause the video now, think about it. Alright, so the two numbers will be negative 9 and negative 4. When you multiply these numbers together, they'll give you positive 36, and then when you add them together, they'll give you negative 13. So we're going to use those two numbers to break apart the middle term so that we can factor by grouping. So the next line will become 3x squared minus 9x minus 4x plus 12. Once you have that, we're then going to make our two chunks so we can look for some common factors. So I am creating two chunks, one for 3x squared and then for minus 9x, because I could already see a common factor with the numbers. And then another chunk for negative 4x plus 12, because I could already see a common factor between those two numbers as well. So the greatest common factor between 3x squared and 9x, or negative 9x, is going to be 3x. And then if you're factoring out 3x, the terms within the brackets are going to be x minus 3. I'm not going to go into detail on how I got that for this video. That would be previous lessons. So 3x times x minus 3. And then between negative 4x and 12, we can factor out the negative 4. And then in this new set of brackets, we're then going to get x minus 3. So after we have that, then you're just going to collect one set of brackets will be sort of what's left outside, what are kind of the leftovers. So you have a 3x term and you have the minus 4. So the first set of brackets, and this is just based on factoring by grouping, 3x minus 4. And then the other one is the binomial common factor. So that would be times x minus 3. And then that would be the final answer for that problem. We can also show it using the slide and divide method, which again relies on creating a simple trinomial from the original complex trinomial expression. So you slide the A value over to the C value, creating a new trinomial, a simple one, based on this number times this number. So it'll be x squared minus 13x plus 36, which is technically allowed to begin with because we're not changing the value of A times C. 1 times 36 is the same value as 3 times 12. Once you have this, it's just like factoring a simple trinomial, and we already have it set up to be able to do that because we made our little baseball diamond here. So x squared minus 13x plus 36, this is going to become x minus 9 times x minus 4, if we were factoring out that simple trinomial. Again, if it's not clear how we got from this line to this line, please send me a message and review some of the past lessons. So once we have this part here, again, you'll notice I have no right to put an equal sign going down the solution because this expression is nowhere near equal to this, right? This relies on some math tricks just to kind of help us out. So since a equals 3, this is where the divide part comes in. We had the slide, now we're doing the divide. So each of these numbers within the brackets, not the x terms, just the numbers, we're going to divide by the a value, which is 3. So the next line will become x minus 9 divided by 3 times x minus 4 divided by 3. When using this method, you have to simplify fractions to whole numbers wherever you can. So in that case, 9 divided by 3 is going to be 3. So you'll get x minus 3 for the next line of that brackets times x minus 4/3, and then we finish it up with the slide. So this number here for the 3, it slides away from being in the denominator of the second term in this bracket to be in front of the x. So your final answer is x times 3 times 3x minus 4. And then that's the same final answer that we got over here. This is the same value. Just depends on whatever strategy you are choosing to use to factor the complex trinomials.